You've been listening to the show so far, and you too have been through the transition and the transitioning, and this is a process. What was your reaction when this began?
When Lily came to me and told me how she was feeling, she was trembling, she was crying, I knew whatever she was going to tell me was going to be something very serious. And when she told me that she identified as female, I knew immediately that this was something very serious. And I knew that my reaction to it was very important for my child to see that I was going to help my child, that I was going to be there, and that we were going to work through this. And I didn't know anything about it.
Were you scared?
Absolutely. I was scared because I didn't know what it meant.
What was your experience of that?
Well, I think she handled it very well. I mean, I could see it was very apparent that she was going to be supportive and that she was going to be on my side, and the same thing with my dad. When I first started searching about transgender people, one thing I heard of was lack of acceptance, lack of support, and so going up to tell my parents, I was really nervous. I was thinking maybe I could get kicked out of the house, maybe they might not support me. And to just get a hug from my mom right after I told her and holding her while we both kind of cried together was a great moment, because I think something that I thought would tear us apart brought us even closer together, because I knew she was there for me and that she was going to support me.
And how did you know?
Well, I think it's interesting. A lot of times people ask transgender people, how did you know? And I feel that the same as, you're a guy, and the same as anyone else knows their gender. It just kind of comes to you. It's just this inner sense that's always really been there. The only thing that's different is we have so many people doubting it that, that's sometimes why it takes us some time to find the terminology, to find the way to tell people.
And you say Lily did poorly in school at first.
Unfortunately, 7th grade, kind of figuring everything out and making a game plan on how to do the social change. She did extremely poor in school that 7th grade year.
Why did you do poorly? What was going on inside? Was it emotional distraction? Were you head racing? What was going on?
Well, it's hard to focus on something when your basic needs haven't been met, when you're so worried about how things are going to turn out and how you're going to tell your parents and how a school's going to react. It's kind of hard to focus on geometry.
You were listening, Lily, back there to everything that's going on here with this mother and daughter. What do you think? What's your reaction to what Ariana's experiencing right now?
I think she needs support. I think she needs a mom who's going to use the right pronouns. I think she needs to hear that people support her. And I want to tell you, I support you. I support you entirely. And I'm sorry it's been so long you've had to hear that. I think that we need, as a family, they need to transition together as a family. They need to all learn about what it means to be trans. And in order for them to all move on, they're all going to have to, educate themselves and find out, how are they going to make it work.
What would you say to Mom here?
I think one of the best gifts you could give to yourself is to let go of what every other person in your community thinks, what you're worried about, perhaps how you're being perceived, because you think that this is a reflection upon you. Ariana is her own individual. And I think when you can let go of the worry, let go of being judged, you'll find that it's a gift.